United, here we stand. United, here we are. United together, here we stand. United, here we are. United together. United for Allah. United, here we stand. United, here we are. United together. United for Allah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear brothers and sisters. Today I'm very happy to be with brother Muslim Belal. Alhamdulillah. How are you, brother?
Alhamdulillah, I'm well. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam wa barakatuh. Good to see you again. I mean, last time I saw you was in Malaysia.
Yeah, that's right.
You look great performing on the show, and it seems you're always happy to go there.
Yeah. Malaysia is probably, of all the places I've been around the world, I've always said that Malaysia is one of the places closest to my heart. Like, I enjoyed it. I enjoy my time there the most.
All right. So like your second home, right?
Second home, yeah.
MashaAllah.
Definitely.
So what keeps you busy nowadays? Like projects you're working on and things that you're passionate about, and can you share with us?
To be honest, at the moment, after events is the main thing. So I'm at like four events a month probably.
Right.
Traveling around, and I was in Amsterdam the other weekend, 2 weekends ago, doing an event there. So I really enjoy going to new places, seeing new people and sharing my story and motivating a new audience. I feel like last year when I went to Malaysia, I had some free time, so they asked me if I wanted to go out with the Charity Right guys and do some food drops. So I said, yeah, no problem. And that was something that touched me. Like, when you're going and you're seeing these less fortunate people and you're handing them food, you feel like, you know, like when I'm on stage doing poetry and stuff, I'm told, like, sometimes I get messages from people saying, yeah, you made me change this or that. But you see, you don't actually see it and feel it. When you hand someone a food pack and stuff, you feel the difference you're making in someone's life. So I remember saying after that, we went to Pakistan with the brothers, doing events again in Pakistan, which was good, enjoyable. I remember speaking to the brothers and they said, yeah, I said, like, I'd love to do more with the charity. Because I'm coming from, my journey is I was doing everything in this life chasing money. And the more I chased money, the more money I got, I realized I wasn't finding this inner peace and contentment. So I realized I was searching for happiness in all the wrong places. And now I see that happiness I was looking for, I find in something else other than money. It's in doing things like that, like helping people, handing out food. So I wanted to get involved. So I got involved more with Charity Right now. And the first project we decided to do was, it's been 5 years I haven't had an album. So I said, let's do an album. Let me do a new album. So I've been working recently. That's been keeping me busy on this new album.
MashaAllah.
Named it after my daughter, Sumaya. So it's called My Sumaya. Because, you know, in the past 5 years when I've been quiet on the album front, I had a child. And she changes your life, having children.
Yeah.
And yeah, children change your life. And hopefully I can change children's life with the album, because the proceeds of it are going to the children in Sudan.
MashaAllah. May Allah bless you for this. It's a great initiative. And what can we find in this album, like in terms of content and, you know, like what was the main inspiration? I mean, you're mentioning your daughter, but any other things that moved you over the past 5 years?
I feel like there's an artist does one or two things. It's either you can look at subjects and you can speak about them. So someone might be a poet or a rapper that wants to talk about political issues or wants to talk about like the prophets of Allah, like make different tracks regarding different things. For me, I've always never been the best at writing and never went to school. I wasn't educated. But I remember one teacher said to me once, speak from the heart and you'll connect with the people's hearts. So what I do is I talk about my personal experiences rather than about topics and political issues. I talk about my own life and my own feelings and my journey, in hope that the listener who's sitting down can relate that to his life and his journey. So it's very personal. It's almost like a diary. So I talk about everything I've seen and I've been through, from the nights when you're like, tears are in your eyes and why they're there, and to the days when you're feeling more happy and content with the brothers, whatever. I just talk about daily things, but it's very personal. I talk about the relationship with my daughter, how it changed me. So it's a personal album, and then I talk about finding happiness and finding peace in this religion, and about you know, like things, the distractions of this dunya, this money and the fitness of this lands, and you know, trying to stay on the straight path but getting dragged left and right, and shaitan attacking you. So it's one of those personal albums, but I think the people will hear it and it's a heart-touching one. They will relate to it. It's not really there for entertainment. It's more thought-provoking, and yeah.
Inshallah. I'm looking forward to hear it, and it sounds very exciting.
I'm excited for everyone to hear it, because it's been personal. I've had it for a few weeks myself, and I listened to it, and I'm thinking, this Ramadan, this
is it.
It's something nice to keep us going.
That's fantastic. And I mean, I just want to go back when you became Muslim. Like, was it easy? Like, you had, what was the boundaries you found? And now, I mean, how fast did you overcome them? And maybe it can inspire others who are watching the show and they are thinking of becoming Muslims, or they are new Muslims themselves.
Prior to taking my Shahada, just before I became Muslim, I remember thinking, this is the true religion. Like, it goes back to basics. Like, I know there was just believers and disbelievers, and that's how it was at first. And then the believers started going into groups of, we the Catholics, we're the Christians, we're the Jews, we're the like. So it was like, I'm a believer, but which group am I in of believers? Like, when it was Noah, Abraham, Moses, Solomon, it was just believers, disbelievers. They were just telling the people there's a God, worship that God, that one message. Yeah. So for me, I remember believing, I just want to worship God, that's it. And that's a Muslim, one who just surrenders himself to God, that's it, no partners, nothing.
Yeah.
So I said, this is so black and white, Islam is the true religion, I want to become a Muslim. However, when I said, I want to become a Muslim, it's like dawah was coming to me now, and it's like people are like, right, you want to be a Muslim? They just wanted to throw rules at me. Like, do you know that means you can't do this? That means you can't do that. So when you start getting rules thrown at you, it's like when Aisha said, if they gave us all the rules, we would have ran away. I just felt like, whoa, do you know what? It's the true religion. But I don't think I could be a Muslim. That was my initial thought, because I felt like these rules, I've got so much habits as a person living for 19 years now. How can I follow all of these rules? This seems, it looks impossible from the outside looking in. And anything I do, I want to do it great. So I felt like I can't be a Muslim. And then I think someone gave me this analogy, like this way of looking at it, like, you're better off being a Muslim who doesn't do everything right than being nothing at all. Because you want to be a part. You know, when your teacher in school says it's the taking part that counts. When you was doing a race, even if you came last, at least you took part. So he was like, you need to at least take part. It's like, just because if you do something wrong, it doesn't make you not a Muslim. Like, when your parents tell you do this, do that, do this, do that. As a youngster growing up, sometimes you disobey your parents. You know, they say come in at 10, you come in at 11:30, you sneak in, or you say you're not allowed out, you sneak out. That doesn't mean you don't love your parents.
Correct.
It just means that you're just no one's perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, that's how you're going to be with this religion. You might not follow everything exact, but you have to try. And the main thing they said is to seek knowledge. Because the more knowledge you have is the more fair and the more understanding and the more love, and you're going to want to try and harder. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to become a Muslim. So that was my steps of taking the Shahada. And when I took my Shahada, the main thing I did is I was praying 5 times a day since that day. Never stopped. So I didn't stack on that. And when you're praying, you're asking for that guidance. And when you're asking for that guidance, what's Allah going to do? He's going to guide you if you're asking with sincerity. So slowly, the rules started to become easier and easier the more knowledge I was seeking. But there was battles. I remember my first Ramadan, it was like after a few months, about a month after taking Shahada. And then the sun came down from like 4 p.m. and I still found it hard. It was like, when can we eat? When can we eat? Because when you first start, you're just thinking about the eating. So there was many things, and family, how they take it. There's so much, like being a bit shy and
How is your family now? I mean, they are cool with that, or if some of them embrace Islam? Any good news?
Coming from that? At first, I remember saying to my mum, this Islam, like, do you know that it means this and that? Before I became Muslim, just to try and plant a few seeds. And mum was like, yeah, but you're not becoming a Muslim. I would just like brush it off. And then, so when I became a Muslim, I was shy to tell her, because you feel like this is such a big thing. You don't want people to say, who are you following, or who's brainwashed you? The first thing you think the mum's going to say is who's brainwashed my son to make him do such a thing?
Yeah.
So I was hiding. Didn't want to pray. I was going to the bathroom and praying in there because I think if my mum won't catch me, she'll think I'm in the toilet or having a bath, so she won't bother me. And the prayer is something you couldn't break, they were saying. So I don't want to be in my room doing it.
Yeah.
And then she calling me and I'm not answering. And then she comes in my room and I'm standing there like this. And she's like, why are you not answering me when I'm calling? And she's like, what are you doing? So I went to the bathroom, and then until I found out one of my study circles that there's places you can't pray is the bathroom and the graveyard. So it was a learning process. And then all of a sudden, she found out I was Muslim. Few months in, because I started to get Iman and I wanted to tell her now. Now I wanted to tell her, this vodka you're drinking is not allowed, and throw it down the sink. You know, I had that burst of Iman now. These new steps I was walking.
Sometimes it's too strong for the family. They cannot take it because you're so passionate. Right?
When you're new, you don't know too much. Your knowledge is little, but because your Iman is so strong with a little knowledge, you tend to start behaving as if you would have thought I graduated from Medina University the way I was those first few months. Because I was rushing around telling everyone what's halal and what's haram and what they should and shouldn't be doing.
Haram police, huh?
Yeah, I was like, my mum, you're going to hell if you carry on doing this. Don't you understand? So my mum, she was like, it was too much. And then the more I learned is I slowed down. I started just being a better person. That's it. I don't need to talk to her about marriage, and I'm just going to be a better person. And then in being a better person, they started noticing. I heard her and my sister talking, and then my sister was saying to my mum, look at Ashley, like he seems so content, he's at peace with his life. Like, so I realised they're noticing this better person until they both took Shahada, my mum and my sister. They wanted to start reading the books I was reading. They used to come in and say, have you got a book, brother? Son, have you got I see my mum listening to my tapes, watching my DVDs of Ahmadi, that debating the Christians. And
so they both embraced Islam?
They both embraced
Alhamdulillah.
Islam. And all my circle of friends embraced Islam as well.
Wow.
Yeah, every single one of my friends, like.
Do you think it's more related to your art, your poetry, like they were listening your text, or it's more because what you just said, like the character? What do you think is the main recipe to that? Because
it was nothing to do with my poetry, because at this stage in my life, I never done any poetry.
Okay.
So it was just character. It was character. I wasn't even speaking too much. And then it was just, it was actions, what I was actually doing with my life and how they're seeing the changes, like, this is different, but there's something good in it. It's like Allah made my life more attractive to them than the life they had.
Right. Great. So we're going to go to a break, and inshallah we're going to talk about your art and all your projects. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
Jazakallah khair.
United, here we stand. United, here we are. United together. United for Allah.
I found the truth.
I found the truth.
Я нашел правду. J'ai trouvé la vérité. Ich habe die Wahrheit gefunden.
Ik heb de waarheid gevonden.
Ho scoperto la verità.
He encontrado la verdad.
I found the truth.
Saya jumpa kebenaran.
Har hoop konting.
I am Muslim.
I'm Muslim.
Я мусульман. Je suis musulman. Ich bin Muslim.
Ik ben een moslim.
Adesso sono musulmano.
Y por eso, ahora soy musulmán.
I'm a Muslim.
Sekarang saya Muslim.
ตอนนี้ค่อยเป็นมุสลิม
ربيعا أنت والعطر الرداء حرر النفس ولا تحيا هباء يا ربيعا أنت والعطر الرداء خذ قرارا وانطلق لا تنتظر ليس كل الناس أهل للعلاء خذ قرارا وانطلق لا تنتظر ليس كل الناس أهل للعلاء ليس كل الناس أهل للعلاء بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا لا تبالي فالمعالي بالتحدي لا سواه كن سعيدا كن فريدا عش بفخر في الحياة لا تبالي فالمعالي بالتحدي لا سواه بالتحدي لا سواه
United, here we stand. United, here we are. United together. United for Allah.
Welcome back in the show. Alhamdulillah, Mazin Belal is here. And I wanted to ask you, brother, like you were mentioning your family embraced Islam. And how did your mother embrace Islam? In which particular circumstance? If you can share the story, inshallah.
Well, as I was saying, it came at a time where I wasn't teaching her as much. Like the early stage, I was trying to like force it down. I was trying to teach her everything. It didn't work. Then when it was just more action, I was just doing what my thing. That's when I started catching them reading books and watching videos and stuff. So that alone made me happy that they're interested in what I'm interested in. And I remember I was going to Egypt for a year. I just booked a 1-year ticket to Egypt. So they've seen, wow, this is so serious what he's doing. I remember now my mum saying to me, look, son, you're going to Egypt for a year. We want to spend the whole day with you, her and my sister. And I lived in a house, just me, my mum and my sister. So my mum said, look, me and your sister, that day before you go, we're spending that day together. I said, definitely, mum, like, you know, I'm leaving for a year. We spend the whole day. So I woke up that day, and I woke up early, 7 a.m. because it was Eid day.
Right.
The day before I went. So because it's Eid, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm going to go to the mosque and pray my Eid prayer. I woke up at 7, and then my mum heard me when I was leaving the house. And my mum said, where are you going? I said, yeah, I'm going to be back soon. No, we're spending the whole day together. I said, mum, but it's Eid today. I'm going to the mosque to do my Eid prayer. I'll be back by like 8:30, 9, and we'll have breakfast together, spend the whole day together. She goes, no. We know it's Eid day. We got our headscarves. We're coming to the mosque with you.
MashaAllah.
So I said, okay. And I was thinking that it's coming to support me, obviously.
Right.
So I was going to go to my local masjid in South London. But when they said they're coming, I was thinking, right, wisdom, use dawah. Let's go to Regent's Park Mosque, central London. So, because it's bigger, I wanted them to see
Nice feeling.
hundreds of Muslims. I wanted them to feel nice. I wanted them to see different races and nations. In my mosque in South London, it was mainly like Pakistani and it was small and they might have felt like out of place. So I quickly phoned a brother now who's married as well. And I said, because I was thinking the women's section, I don't want to go, okay, you two, see.
You want someone taking care of
I need
them,
someone to take them
right.
in. So I phoned a brother. I said, are you with your wife? Have you gone Eid prayer yet? He said, not yet. I said, come with me to Eid prayer. Bring your wife. My mum and my sister want to come to the mosque for Eid prayer. I'm just excited. They got headscarves, everything, bro. Like, come, make your wife take them into the female section. So he said, yeah, no problem. Let's go. So we all went to Regent's Park Mosque. Long drive, because we're coming from South London. We got there. I said to my mum, you're going to go in with her. My mum said, wow, this is big. It's nice. Like, it's not like a church, is it? I said, no, it's big. And I said, yeah, go in there with her, do the prayer with them. Just follow what everyone's doing. And I remember people telling me this, follow what... Now I'm telling my mum and my sister, just follow what they do and stuff. But you don't have to pray. You can just watch, sit at the back and watch because you guys, it's just a nice experience. She goes, no, I don't mind praying. I was like, all right, cool. So they've gone in the women's section. I've gone in the men's. So it's finished now. I said to the brother, you know, you make the call to your wife and ask her if they're ready. Like, yeah, because we've come out, we've got to wait for them to come out. So the brother's phoned his wife and he's like, are you guys ready? Belal said to ask if his mum and his sister's ready. And she goes, yeah, mashallah. They're like, they proper loved it. They're both ready. So I was like, all right, cool. Meet us by the car or by the thing? She goes, why are we going? They're both ready. And it's like, they're both ready to take their Shahada now.
Wow.
So I'm looking at the brother saying, what's she saying? He said, they're both ready to take their Shahada now. I said, no way. And the man who was my teacher used to be at Regent's Park Mosque. The Imam was my private teacher. He used to teach me 1-to-1. I phoned him straight away. I said, are you in your office? My mum, he knew my story. He knew my journey. I used to go to him every Wednesday and Sunday for lessons. I said, my mum's here with me today and her and my sister want to take Shahada.
MashaAllah.
He's saying, ain't you going to Egypt tomorrow? Are you cancelling now? Because you have to teach them.
Whoa.
And I was like, no. And I went in the office. I remember sitting in that office and seeing them sitting there with headscarves on. I was just, it was mad. I can't even explain that. Like, that feeling is...
It's powerful, huh?
I got on the plane. It's the first time I travelled And the next day when I got on the plane, I just felt like I could die now. Like everything's cool. Like I felt like different
That's
type
amazing.
of feeling.
So how it happened? Like when you went finally to Egypt.
Yeah.
You went for which purpose? Like you were studying Arabic or any other things like that? Or?
I'd like to say my intentions was to study Arabic and stuff, but it wouldn't be totally the truth. The truth is the way my life was, I had so much distractions. I wanted to get away from my distractions. And I knew I could learn Arabic while I'm there, and that would be nice, and maybe focus more on learn a bit of, but I just wanted to get away from the distractions. And the man who, when I first became Muslim, I didn't know anything. And I remember thinking, I want my iman to be like his. I was look at someone in the mosque,
Right.
and he's just sitting there for long. And why is he just sitting there for long and reading, and I'm just itching to leave? As soon as the prayer's finished, I can't wait to leave. Like, I want to check my missed calls. I want to see who's phoned me. I want to see what's happening in the world. But he can just sit there for long, like he's just at peace in it. I want that type of iman. I don't want to force it. I want naturally to just feel content. So I remember going to central London and just watched the man pray in Regent's Park Mosque, and whoever was leading, I was a new Muslim now, I just followed him after. I tapped him, I said, Salaam alaikum, I just became Muslim. I want to be better. I want to learn more. I want to learn, please, can you teach me? And he looked at me, he said, he doesn't do this usually, but come with him to his office. And he said, which 2 days? He said, Wednesday and Sunday, come, don't be late. Game time's me, I'll pay you, I don't want a class. Not good with classes, I just want me and you. So I went to him every Wednesday and Sunday. And then he said to me, after a few months of going to him, he was doing Quran with each other. And then he said, Belal, you seem distracted. And I said, what do you mean? He says, I feel like in this room, everything is good for you. But you seem like your world outside of here, you have so much going on. And I said, yeah. He said, I'm from Egypt. Why don't you go to my country, Egypt?
Mashallah.
You know, you can learn there, like you can be at peace, no distractions. And I said, yeah. He told me how much money it would cost for a house and stuff. And he literally wrote me a letter in Arabic. And he said, take this with you when you land in Egypt.
And everything will be fine.
Give it to the taxi man, and he'll take you to a mosque. When you get to that mosque, he wrote another letter. Give this to the imam in the mosque, and everything will be fine. And then when he will phone someone. He has a number. And then when that person arrives, give this letter to him, and he'll help you find that's explaining who you are, who I am, and he'll help you find a place to live, and he'll help you find a teacher and everything.
Amazing.
I took the 3 letters, I booked a flight, and I was gone within like 6 days.
Amazing, huh? I had the same experience. I just came back from Saudi Arabia and did my Umrah, and some Egyptian took care of me like that. Like my hotel was booked. Someone picked me up at the airport. I was very impressed, and I think they have this great sense of hospitality.
And you didn't end up going to your hotel. You ended up with someone else, probably.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just amazing, you know.
Yeah.
So how your parents, I mean your mother and your sisters, like while you were away in Egypt, how did they cope? Like someone took care of them to teach them the basic of Islam and.
Yeah, but to be fair, they knew a lot of the basics from living with me from before they actually embraced. Yeah, so it's a slow process. But I just cut my trip early, went back. Okay. And then I went back to Egypt again, and then went back. So I was back and forth a lot.
Okay. Do you feel like new Muslims in UK are well taken care of? Like there's a proper system, or still think we are lacking as a ummah to take care of them?
Yeah, I think there should be more. Yeah, definitely more. I had a house I used to go to every weekend, and it was just like, that was off every Saturday night, which helped me because on the Saturday night usually I'll be doing other stuff. So to have this house to go to every Saturday night
keeps you busy and
kept me busy.
Good people. And
we all ate together in there, and it was nice, and we'd learn the basics.
And that was a great pleasure to have you on the show. We are looking forward to your poetry.
Yeah.
You know, any other projects you want to talk about, just feel free. You know, this is a free space.
Check the album out. Yeah, My Sameya. They can download that from www.mysameya.com.
All right.
Or they could go to the Charity Right website. And my new video just been released, Nation of Ignorance, featuring Sully Breaks. So that's Muslim Belal, Sully Breaks in Castillo. The album's the main project at the moment that I'm trying to support and to get people to support. And remember that the proceeds of the album are going towards these like less fortunate children in Sudan. So
Right.
it's not just for the entertainment, you're also donating towards a charity like these, towards these young children when you're purchasing the album. Yeah, I'll do many things. I've got like my clothing, Sumi Chin, which is also named after my daughter Sumaya Chin.
MashaAllah.
So Sumi Chin clothing.
You're really in love with your daughter, right?
Yeah, I think my daughter taught me how to love because I didn't
Right.
have them type of relationships like of real love, really. Apart from like my mom was close to her, my sister, but that daughter and father bond is showing me something totally different.
Change a man, right?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Looking forward for your projects, brother.
Thank you.
May Allah bless you and guide you to Jannah and
Ameen.
with all your family,
And
inshallah.
yourself. Ameen. Thanks.
Jazakallah khair.
Barakallah feek.
United, here we stand. United, here we are. United together. United for Allah. United, here we stand. United, here we are. United together. United for Allah. United, here we stand. United, here we are. United together. United for Allah. United, here we stand. United, here we are. United together. United for Allah.